Hi guys, Gareth here and welcome to this Venal Plunk production. Now this is my fifth take of this video and I'm getting pretty frustrated, pretty pissed off, and I probably should record this video at a later time, but I need to get this video out now because the flow of the previous how many videos has gone quite well. I've just modelled things up in the order I want to say them in, so I'm going to try and do that now and get this video out, get this video recorded as soon as possible. So if I ramble or I'm going on a little bit, then bear with me. My hair might be a bit wet still because I've not long been out of the shower, and I'm going to be drinking some Dissuaded throughout this video. So it's currently Saturday the 4th of August 2018 and I haven't recorded a video for 3 and a bit weeks. Why? There are some reasons behind that, which I'll get to either in this video or another video. Before we go any further, by the way, guys, I would just like to say the TFAC will be back momentarily, or very, very soon, in either the obligatory mug or the mascot mug. In fact, Goku is actually quite pertinent to this video in some respects. That's not going to work. I just knocked my tripod. Anyway, moving on. TFACs will be returning momentarily. It's just that I'm not as bubbly and not as energetic in this video than I normally am, and there are reasons for that I'll explain in this video. So I've said this a few times, I'll quickly say again, I've been in a gaming funk for about 2 or 3 years now, and I've found it hard to keep a sustained interest for a sustained period of time on certain games. I'm trying to get better at that, and I'm trying to sort of develop my love of gaming again, and something may have happened in the last 24 hours that may have hopefully rekindled my love for things, and we'll get onto that in this video. But some recent events when it comes to gaming, or recent personal interactions with gaming, with people, with friends and gaming friends, has sullied my enjoyment of games in some respects. I want to address that in this video. A little known game called God of War was released a few months back, and the zeitgeist and the hubbub and the hype for God of War was up there, way up there. And I find it, whenever a game, movie, what have you, is hyped to high heaven, it's almost like they're setting the bar for your enjoyment level. Your enjoyment level has to be there or above it, otherwise, they make you feel guilty for not enjoying that game as much. And that's exactly what happened with me. I bought God of War and I didn't enjoy it as much as anybody else did. But part of the problem is I'm part of a Facebook group on Facebook, a Facebook messaging group, and although I love a lot of people in that group and they're all excellent people, and I don't, this isn't a stab or a go at anybody, this is just sort of in general. During God of War, I'd pop into this chat and then talk about my opinions of God of War, and then I'd get shut down almost instantly because everybody else loved that game to bits. No one hated it or didn't understand my point of view. In fact, one person has since come to me going, I understand why you were so pissed off back then, Gareth, but we'll get onto that in a bit. And I was trying to express my opinion and getting frustrated that so many people would just shoot me down because I didn't enjoy the game as much as them and all this kind of stuff. And it did sully my enjoyment of God of War to the point where I put it down and I haven't played it for a few months. In fact, I picked it up the other day and played it for a few hours, and I'm stuck at the moment on a troll in a cave. Haha. But I'm trying to get through it on my own terms now. But and also recently I almost got spoilt on an element of the game, so I'm trying to get through the game before I'm potentially spoiled again. And I didn't like that experience, if you understand, if you know where I'm coming from. A similar experience happened recently with Octopath Traveler. So Octopath Traveler, which is a JRPG that's recently been released by Square Enix. And again, the zeitgeist and the hype for Octopath Traveler was at a steady pace for a while, and all of a sudden it went like that. About a week before it was released, a demo was released that a lot of people played, and it got them, infused and ready for the game, hyped for the game, if you will. as soon as the game came out, everybody and their mother was talking about it. And again, it's one of those experiences where I haven't bought Octopath Traveler yet, and we'll get onto that later on in this video. I was sort of wondering why people were enjoying this game so much, and I was wondering what was going on, to be completely honest. And there was people being super enthusiastic about Octopath Traveler, and if I'm being honest, it put me off even more. Now, there is a actual psychological phenomenon or psychological effect, I suppose, that some people get, and that is people that consider themselves intelligent, or people that consider themselves in touch or can control their emotions. And they consider those that are over-emotional or over-excitable, that kind of thing, are not in touch with their emotions, i.e. they are stupid. And I do suffer from that somewhat. If I see somebody, being super excitable, super happy, I kind of think, what's up with you? What are you on? Sort of thing. And it's something I'm trying to get better at, but it's something I experienced. And so, when all of this excitement was going on with either God of War or Octopath Traveler, I was trying to shut myself off from it and trying to keep my way away from all of this sort of stuff. Because being in that Facebook chat, and as I said, I respect so many people in that chat in so many ways. Being a part of that chat, it's like a boiling pot of all these different emotions. And if you try and give a counterpoint or a different point of view, you do get shot down somewhat. It's me in the chat sort of saying, yeah, I'm not sure what's about Octopath Traveler, what's so good about Octopath Traveler, and people are sort of shooting me down and going, you don't understand, or buy it and you find out, sort of thing. It also partly is because people who enjoy something want other people to enjoy that thing. I've never understood that mentality. Never ever have I understood that mentality, and anybody who comes at me with that mentality makes me even less likely or less, enthusiastic to interact with that piece of media or medium, because I can't cope with that kind of mindset. I can't. If you're saying to me, oh, you've got to buy this because I like it, well, that's because you like it. I may not like it. Simple as. And it's something that I've been battling with for quite some time. So, once the hubbub, zeitgeist, the hype for Octopath Traveler died down, I then started forming an opinion by myself. I wasn't influenced by the people. I wasn't being forced, into these opinions because the hype had died down. And I then basically was like, yeah, I'm going to buy Octopath Traveler. Then something happened. So, somebody in my life, I'm not going to name them or say how I know them, they're our friend, I do consider them a friend, has been going on to me for about 2 weeks now. They keep asking me, oh, when are you going to buy the game, Gareth? You bought the game yet, Gareth? When are you going to buy the game, Gareth? And at one point, they were saying, oh, we're going to buy the game, Gareth, because it's out of stock. I was like, I haven't got the money right now. I'll get the money when I get paid. And they just kept on and on and on. And literally 2 days before payday, I was sat in this very chair. My dad was sat on the chair to my right, and I was playing PlayStation Plus. I was playing on PSN with Luke. And I said that I'm thinking of buying Octopath Traveler just to shut this person up. I don't want to buy Octopath Traveler because I want to buy it. I'm purely want to buy it just to shut this person up. And they both turned around in tandem, in unison, and basically said, that's not you, Gareth. And in fact, another friend, Doug, has said, that's not me. So I then sort of realised that maybe I shouldn't buy Octopath Traveler for those reasons, and should wait on buying Octopath Traveler because it's been sullied by this person just continually asking me whether I'm going to buy Octopath Traveler. So that, in some ways, my mood got dampened at that point, because I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to buy Octopath Traveler. I was looking forward to buying Octopath Traveler to an extent. I now got nothing to buy. We'll get onto that Actually, we'll get onto that now. So I've been thinking of things like, games I could buy for the last few days, thinking of this, thinking of that. This weekend is EVO 2018, or Evolution 2018, which is the most prestigious, fighting game tournament in the world. And at the moment, a bunch of fighting games are on sale. One of those fighting games is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out early this year, January, February this year, and took the not only the fighting game world by storm, but just the gaming world by storm. Everybody was playing that game, and the reason why is because the barrier for entry for that type of game, it's done by Arc Systems, is a lot lower than some other fighting games. I mean, the barrier for entry for like Street Fighter is actually quite low. It's just that, Arc System games are down here, whereas there's still a barrier of entry to the likes of Street Fighter 5 or Mortal Kombat X or those types of games. Whereas Dragon Ball FighterZ or BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, which is another game that Arc Systems have just released. Again, that's kind of taken the gaming world by storm, because again, people can pull off very impressive combos with not a lot of input from you, and the tutorials of the games are exceptional because they teach you actual gaming mechanics and gaming philosophy, fighting game philosophy, rather than just simply teaching you how to pull off the moves. Brain fart for a little bit. Hang on 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, and I played Dragon Ball FighterZ a couple of days ago, and on the PC, I'm not putting my teeth in straight, and it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal, and I was there flabbergasted. I was just there going, this game's incredible, bloody hell. I'm thinking of buying it for the PS4 basically, because there's nobody on the PC playing for it. If you look at the player count on the active player count on PC, I think there's, apparently according to some people, there's 1,200 on average online on PC for Dragon Ball FighterZ. There's got to be a lot more online on PSN. Anyway, I'm thinking of buying it for PSN because it's currently on sale. So, a few days ago, payday, in fact on Tuesday when I got paid, I decided to pick this up. This is a Hori Real Arcade Pro V3SA stick. This is a Vulix style arcade stick with a Sunwa stick and some more buttons. This is a PS3 stick, which is actually quite important to know. And what that means is, yes, it'll work in PS4 titles, but only if the title itself supports it. Because the PS4 itself doesn't necessarily support the stick, it means that the title itself has to support the stick. So recently, another good friend of mine, Corey, has graciously bought me Street Fighter 5, which is the reason why I bought the stick. Is because I used to have an arcade stick. I had the Venom arcade stick, the PS3/PS4 stick, when I bought Mortal Kombat X, and it does help with getting out some moves. However, this works with Street Fighter 5 and it works with Mortal Kombat X, 2 games that I own currently, but it doesn't work with Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm going to put this back over here for now. The other thing about Dragon Ball FighterZ is, as I've stated before, it's done by or developed by Arc Systems. And Arc Systems have a knack for creating a fighting game that works really well with the controller. In fact, I do believe the official message from Arc Systems is that you do not need an arcade stick to play their games. You may require an arcade stick to play Street Fighter 5. You may, depending on whether you can get the moves out or not. But with their games, they're basically saying you don't need an arcade stick. They're saying they work perfectly well on a controller. In fact, in some ways, they sort of shun arcade sticks in some respects. So there's me thinking that if I'm going to be playing Street Fighter 5 with friends, with Doug, Corey, you know, David, Matthew, whoever, Uma, whoever else I play fighting games with, I'm going to be switching between 2 different control systems. You know, either the stick or the pad, and I need to get used to one, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get good at any of those games if I'm not going to stick to a particular control input. And that's, again, sullied my put a damper on my mood, because I felt as if I just went out and sort of impulse bought this and didn't do much research, didn't really look into it, and I just went out and bought it and feeling a bit down about it, and considering whether I'm going to take that back to CEX and get my money back. I won't be able to get my money back, but I will be able to get a voucher for the price I paid for that and go from there. And there has been some other bits and bobs in the background that have sort of been dampering my mood and putting me down a little bit. But I think if I do choose to buy Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is very likely at the moment, I will get into that game and hopefully my enthusiasm and my mood will be improved somewhat. It's just that recent events have sort of sullied my mood. Also, it's related, but it's not massive. Obviously, Corey, as I said, bought me Street Fighter 5, and I'm nowhere near as good as, you know, the people I play with, and it does frustrate me somewhat. Yes, something else I've noticed recently, or had an epiphany of recently, is how much you put into games, how much you get back out of them. I played 15 hours of Mario Tennis Aces over the last month, and I'm actually pretty damn good at it. Whereas I'm not very good at Street Fighter 5. Now, I don't know if in a month's time I'll be really good at Street Fighter 5. Hopefully, we'll see how things go. It's frustrating that I'm not as good as, you know, the people I play with, and it's kind of frustrating that, you know, basically I need to put more practice in Street Fighter 5 and get good at it. But I feel like I'm being forced to get good at it, which goes back to the whole, you know, being forced to play a game when you don't really want to play a game. Anyway, hopefully all of that makes sense and you guys understand where I'm going with things and where things have been coming from. As I said, if I haven't said it already, TFAC will be returning very soon. It's just I don't want to do a TFAC now because I'm not in an energetic, bubbly mood. I'm kind of in a bit of a downer in some respects. But you know, videos will get back to their regular scheduling very, very soon, and hopefully I can put this all behind me and move on with things. But I just wanted to get a video out there and explain what a few things have been going on with me and, you know, that sort of thing. Hopefully you guys understand, and I'll do my very, very best to start getting videos coming your way. Anyway, guys, if you could for me, like or dislike this video, depending on your feelings, hit the subscribe button. It's big, it's red, it's free. Click it. Also, hit the bell icon. Make sure the quotations are around it, and you receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always, guys, you've been a very patient and supportive audience. And until next time, please take care. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Cheerio.